Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing something a bit different, probably a short video. And actually what you see on your screen, I'm not actually doing the game. I'm actually doing what I'm calling to call a rerun of a certain video I did a long time ago, like a year ago or something. Basically, in that video, I spoke about how to basically do the main menu and all that. Basically, from here in Civilization 5, from the main menu all the way into the game. But right now, because back then I didn't know how to do, I was kind of confused. It was my first time doing YouTube. So right now, now that I'm more common, now I'm more used to it, if in a way. I can do videos like this all I want now. So right now, we have several tabs: single player, multiplayer, mods, options, others, DLC. DLC is basically, I believe, all DLCs you get. Actually, you can turn them off and on if you want to. Uh, Other is basically everything that's latest news. Civilpadia, that's basically if you want the rundown of everything. Every inch of detail is in here. The Hall of Fame, I have the highest score for everyone. I think if you like had friends on there, view replies, basically if you're talking to people or something, credits, and then leaderboard. Credits, I believe, are if you like finish the game and it shows you the credits. Mods, but in my case, mods, multiplayer, and single player. And yes, I'm not going over options because I missed it. Basically, options are just your settings, your interface, your videos, your audio, your multiplayer options. Basically, what you want to fix and what you want to do. Audio options, I have music all the way down so I don't get copyrighted. But we're gonna keep all these up all the way because so you can hear what it sounds like, just in case. Multiplayer is just what it says. Basically, multiplayer, you can either join a game or create one with friends or anyone that's random. Mods are generally if you go to Steam Workshop and you find a mod. Be warned though, some mods don't work together, and some mods will crash your game because of how unupdated they are. So now that you're warned, now let's go on to single player, because single player and multiplayer are a bit different, and mods are the same scenario. You're just different type of loading screen. There's a play now. Basically, you can just play whatever you want, and he's play currently as Washington, the Americans, American leader of Washington. Map size huge, difficulty is chieftain, game pace is standard. Game pace meaning how fast the turn-based thing is. Setup game, basically what you want it to be instead of just going straight into it. Then you have randomize and advanced setup. Basically, advanced setup is what you wish to do in details. Basically, you have your maps. Now, this is not a map, this is a modded map I found. Difficulty level, game pace, game era. Now, I will go over each and every game era as we go on. Then there's the time, science, domination, culture, and diplomatic. Basically, time is the amount of turns, like the max turns right here. Science is basically all the science activity, and if you can reach the information age faster. Domination is if you are the only one left standing, so basically a king of the hill type X place. Culture is if you can spread all your culture, your tradition, like this. There's like this purple bar thing that you see above you in the screen. I will show you when we get into it that you see. Diplomatic means if you are if you can be the lead diplomat, basically the one that leads the council and all that. Now, the map size we should already know. Difficulty is basically all thing, game pace. Then there's the maps. Mine, of course, is modded, but additionally, you would have these standard maps right here: continental, Pangea, archipelago, fractal, and Earth. Then we have our civilizations. Now, in the advanced stage, it doesn't give you any details of what civilization is, just their names, and you can pick one. But for this, if you don't want to go to the advanced stage, you can see all their details and their units, what their main unit would be. I will not go over all of them, basically, but I will tell you now that each unit is unique per civilization. Now, because only that civilization can have this unit, unless you have a mod that allows you to use all different units from that type of mod. As always, each one goes coincide. But for now, we will go, for now, we will go over this 24 city-states as usual. We will start out in the ancient era, since we'll go over that. We'll go with the settler, because, well, it's easier that way. Standard game pace, settler, complete kill, espionage. No espionage, basically, no spies. Complete kill means that even because in a normal game, you would be able to destroy the entire civilization. You'll just destroy their cities and you would win. But in complete kill, you would basically have to get rid of all of them. Their cities, their units, well, not everything, just their cities and units, to make it a complete kill, and they'll be gone. But now, we aren't going to do a random thing, we're going to do a continental world. Continents plus, that'll be better. Ancient, 4 billion years. Normal rainfall, medium. Everything's set up in here that we wish, but we're just going to do it normally. So okay, let's get into the game. Now, I won't be able to say
President Washington.
Because I don't wish it.
You lead the industrious American civilization. Formed in the conflagration of revolution in the 18th century, within 100 years the young nation became embroiled in a terrible civil war that nearly tore the country apart. But it was just a few short years later, in the 20th century, that the United States reached the height of its power, emerging triumphant and mighty from the two terrible wars that destroyed so many other great nations. The United States is a nation of immigrants, filled with optimism and determination. They lack only a leader to help them fulfill their promise. President Washington, can you lead the American people to greatness? Can you build a civilization that will stand the test of time?
That's basically the introduction for every civilization. Now, you can easily move your units. No, I do not recommend doing that, but you can if you wish to. Basically, your unit is moved to certain areas. Now, you'll notice that everything up here is not here. That's because I don't have a city. Now, pop up here. Now, you can easily just pick easily if you wish to, but for me, I simply do this. I click on my city, press show queue, add to queue, get a scout, a worker, and a warrior. Also be 2 warriors. Now, I recommend that you leave your warrior inside the city because bandits are here. Now, ancient era technology. You have pottery, animal husbandry, archery, mining, sailing, calendar, writing, trapping, the wheel, Missouri, machinery, whatever you pronounce it, bronze worker, and bronze working. Basically, this is all in ancient civilization. Now, we'll get to the other ones as we go on for different videos, but until then, this is for the ancient civilization, if you are starting in the ancient side. Now, we'll just pick one random one, and just give you the diffs of the UI. Press the next button for a new turn. Now, you can easily turn off this. Basically, there's your unit info, your unit list. Basically, all the units currently we have only one, so it's not really needed. The city list, we only have one city. Resource list, we don't have any resources. And then the great person list, we don't have any great people. Basically, like, if you get a great scientist, you can upgrade your technology easily. Now, up here, you can actually get rid of this in the settings menu near the, I believe, the interface tab. Basically, this is for the all the civilizations, the civilization score. Now, this would be useful if I had domination on. Basically, this is for like the domination of you higher up. Then you have your culture. Each one you pick. Now, I don't have it yet because I'm not below it, so I can't do anything. But in a cultural overview, you can swap your culture victory. This is basically the culture victory button that I showed you earlier. This is where you would see it. Influenced by player. Basically, what influence you have on other civilizations, which is neat. Then this, we have many other civilizations, so there's only us on it. And then the bug tab, we can't really do anything because, well, there's no other civilizations nearby. The World Congress, yet again, no other civilizations, so we can't do anything yet. And then we have happiness, gold, and research. Now, happiness, you would ask, what's that for? Basically, It's for if you don't want your civilization to go rebellious on you. In the game, they have this sort of coding where if your civilization goes below a certain amount of happiness, basically negative happiness, if you can see in the tab, negative happiness. See, we have total one unhappiness, so somewhere in there is a person that is very unhappy. Basically, if that goes on the negatives, then your civilization will go into what I would call a rebellion stage. Basically, bandit pops would appear in front of your capital, forcing you to go into a civil war of sorts. And well, this also instigates when you go into what is called a ideological war. Basically, you have three ideologies: auto currency, order, and freedom. We will go into those as we go on. We will go into those as we go on, and you can only get those, I believe, in the modern age. You can get those three. But then we have the culture, basically that, and then this, the golden age. Basically, this gives you a boost up in everything, which is good. But sadly, we do not have a golden age yet. If we do a next turn, let's hope we meet enough civilization or even a bandit, that would be better. Then you have faith, basically your religion. We don't have a religion yet, and I doubt we'll get one because of how many players are on the thing, and how many players. I don't think there's that many world religions. So yeah, we can't really do anything about religion yet, sadly. But I guess I believe that is it for the ancient era and the UI. Oh wait, here I forgot about this. The help in the menu. Basically, the help in the menu if you want to change whatever you wish. Make sure you save your game, by the way, because I don't know why, but sometimes your game likes to crash, or maybe it's because you have a broken PC or something like that, or if you have too many mods and your computer can't handle it. Now you have the advisor council, basically your advisors. They tell you, should you or should you not do this? They basically help you out in a way. Then we have the diplomatic overview, the economic overview, the military overview, the notification logs, the religion overview, the tech tree. You already know what the tech tree is. It's right here. The religion, the trade overview, basically what trade routes you're trading with, and victory progress and world progress is basically this. Victory progress. Excuse me. It's morning. Victory progress basically is if you're warrior civilization, if you're in domination, culture, science, and I believe it was diplomatic. Basically, if you're in any of those, that's where you want to see if you're winning or not. Now, the diplomatic overview is basically other civilizations if you're trading with them. The economic overview is basically your economy, how it's doing. Mine's possibly doing well. Military is basically your military list. You can basically find it right here, the unit list, but it's not really there. The religion overview is if you have a religion. I click on that, but you can click on it easily if you click on this. A trade route overview and tech tree. We basically should already know that. Here's one. Your resource icons. You can get rid of these if you wish. Hide recommendations, basically city recommendations or unit recommendations if you have a worker. Yields, basically, I don't know what they're actually for. I just assume that they're probably for if you want better things over there. Hex, if your unit hex, how many? If you want to go by hex, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, basically that. Get them if you don't want them. Trade routes, if you want to see a trade route nearby. Luckily, we don't have any trades, so we don't need them. Then this, your map. Basically, this is what changes your map from this to global. Now, in global, you can do whatever you wish. The yield icons and everything is still the same, but then you have the political map, the possible terrain map, the unit ownership map, the unit type, the unit domain, the city connection, and the resources. Basically, that's all if you want to do it in that type of way. Looks like we don't meet any civilizations today. But resources are all around us. We'll get those when we can, but sadly we aren't doing this. We aren't going to save this game, so we'll move on to a new video of the, I believe, the classic era when we get there. So, until then, like as always, I'm your host, Sci-Fi Wonder. Hopefully you all enjoyed this little rerun of a certain menu slash history slash UI. Until then, see you all later, and have a nice day.